smiling brighter than the sun. You didn't say a single word, but you were everything to me. Like the wind that day, you passed by without a sound. Time stood still for me, and I'm still there, waiting. In the song we used to love, I still hear echoes of us. Sometimes the melody brings you back into my heart. Like the wind that day, you left your scent behind. That season never came again, but I'm still walking down that street. Do you remember too? The sky, the wind, and the light. We drifted apart, but that moment was never a lie. Like the wind that day, we made no promises at all. But if you ever wondered, yes, my love was real after all, after all. Two mugs on the table, one still warm, the other cold. Your sweater on the sofa still smells like your cologne. Midnight leftovers, your traces all over this place. I clean but I can't erase the ghost of your embrace. The takeout we never ate still sits there like we froze time. I open the fridge and laugh how we always forgot the wine. Midnight leftovers, your shadow walks through these halls. Even with the lights off, I hear your midnight calls. I should throw it all away, but I sit and stay. Like the mess we left, I'm just not ready yet. Midnight leftovers, a life that never said goodbye. I wipe the counter clean, but I still ask why. Another miss you text at 2 a.m. You think I'm still that same girl back then. Ghosted me in real life. life, but now you want me through the phone again. You had your shot and let it rot. Now I've rebuilt and guess what I forgot? The way your voice cracked when you lied. It's not my job to read your mind. Call me never. Save your words for someone new. Call me never. You only love me when you had nothing to do. No more half-hearted hellos or sorries in disguise. This time I'm not picking up. You lost your right. You say we had something rare, but didn't show when I needed you there. I burned my side of the bridge, so don't you dare try to cross it back. You miss how I made you feel, but you never made me feel seen. So here's my final message. No more messages from me. Call me never. Don't dial, don't hope, don't try. Call me never. This heart's no longer yours to find. Leave your ghost in your phone, leave me out of your mind. Call me never and I'll finally be fine. We met beneath the neon lights. You smiled and held my hand so tight. The rain was soft, the night was slow, but deep inside we both let go. Rain in Tokyo, still falling in my mind. I said I'd see you soon, but life was not that kind. You walked into the crowd and I just watched you go. Now all that's left is rain in Tokyo. Your voice is now a memory, a message left I couldn't see. I checked the time in different zones, but distance makes us feel alone. Rain in Tokyo, still falling in my mind. I said I'd see you soon, but life was not that kind. You walked into the crowd and I just watched you go. Now all that's left is rain in Tokyo. If I return one rainy night, would your face be in the light? Or would the streets just feel the same, calling softly out your name? Rain in Tokyo, still falling in my mind. I said I'd see you soon, but life was not that kind. You walked into the crowd and I just watched you go. Now all that's left is rain in
5 years and not a single word. You vanished like a whisper blurred. I called and begged, I screamed your name, the line just buzzed, you never came. I stared at walls, I stayed awake, replaying every small mistake. No final fight, no last goodbye, just silence breaking me inside. Static silence. Louder than any sound you made. You left alone with no escape, just dial tones and empty space. You didn't need to shout to hurt, you let the silence do the work. The photos burn, but still remain like ashes carved into my brain. I search for noise to drown the ache, but silence wraps around and breaks. Even ghosts say something back, but you're more gone than even that. One ring, two beeps, then dead again. And I'm still talking to the end. Static silence. Louder than any sound you made. You left your home with no escape, just dial tones and empty space. You didn't need to shout to hurt, you let the silence do the work. It screams inside my chest. You say nothing and it hurt the best. You disappeared, no trace, no crime, but silence kills across the line. You let the silence be the knife and cut me out of your whole life.
It's 2 a.m. and I'm not drunk, but maybe sleep deprived enough to say the things I always hide behind a joke, a crooked smile. Your name still lives in every note of songs I write but never show. I press record, delete again. Tonight I let the words just end. This is my 2 a.m. confession. No filter, no second guessing. If you hear this in the morning, please don't judge what I was feeling. I miss the way you used to laugh, and I still check your photograph. This is my 2 a.m. confession. I saw your name light up my screen, but didn't dare to press or read. I wonder if you ever pause when passing places we once loved. I'm not asking for a reply, just needed space to say goodbye to all the words I never said and all the nights you hung my head. This is my 2 a.m. confession, the echo of a past obsession. You don't have to say you care, just know that I was always there. In every line I never wrote, this voice is all that's left to show. This is my 2 a.m. confession. I walk the same street every year. Your laughter still rings in my ear. The clock moves on, but I stand still, chasing time I cannot feel. They say you're gone, but not to me. I see your face in memories. If I could bend the laws of time, I'd bring you back just one more night. I'm a time traveler, lost between the now and then. I'd give it all to hold your hand again. I replay that day, try to change the scene, but I only find you inside my dream. The candles melt another year, but I still leave your seat right here. The world moved on, but I rewind to one lost moment I can't find. I talk to stars, I beg the skies to break the rules and shift the lines, but every road and every year still ends with you not here. I'm a time traveler, stuck inside a wish and flame. I'd break the world just to hear your name. No machine can heal the way I feel. You're the moment that was too real. She worked the night shift all alone, washed dishes just to build my home. Hands were cracked, her back was sore, but she still smiled and gave me more. She packed my lunch, skipped her own, told me someday you'll be grown. She wore the same old coat each year, so I could dream without the fear. She's the reason I believed, the reason I could breathe. She held the world upon her back while hiding every need. She's the reason I survived, the reason I still try. And every time I fall, I hear her call your eyes. I got the letter white and bold, said I'd become the dream we told. I held her hands, said we made it. She cried and said, no, you did it. Now I wear a coat and tie, but her voice still gets me by. She gave her years without regret. She's the best person I've met. She's the reason I believed, the reason I could breathe. She held the world upon her back while hiding every need. She's the reason I survived, the reason I still try. And even when she's gone, she'll still be my
days, but it felt like more. We danced on sand, slept on the floor. Your laugh was loud, your touch was light, like moonlight kissing summer night. No promises, just morning tea. We spoke in smiles and broken peace. The world stood still, or so it seemed, but love can live inside a dream. If it was just a dream, then why does it still ache? Why do I hear your voice before I'm wide awake? I know it didn't last, but every kiss I feel. So maybe for a while the dream was real. You flew back home, no last embrace, just scribbled notes and airport gates. I looked for you in songs and skies, but some goodbyes don't say goodbye. I tried to call, the line was dead, so I just sing to you instead. If fate is kind or winds allow, maybe we'll meet again somehow. If it was just a dream, then why does it still ache? Why do I trace your name like every breath could break? I know it didn't last, but every kiss I feel. So maybe for a while the dream was real.
I wrote you letters every week. Some were short and some too deep. Kept them hidden in a box where heartbeats echo like a clock. One last page, I held it tight. Folded corners, words in flight. Walked alone to where we met and whispered things I won't forget. I let it fly, my paper plane, carried every word, every ache. You may never see or care, but I had to send it there into the sky with no return. A little piece of what I learned. The wind was calm, the sky was gray, just like the night you walked away. I watched it float, then disappear. Felt like you were almost near. I let it fly, my paper plane, carried every word, every ache. You may never see or care, but I had to send it there. I won't rewrite, I won't resend. Some messages aren't meant to mend, but somewhere in the air you breathe. My words are resting in the breeze. I let it fly, my paper plane, tossed it gently through the pain. Not to reach you, not to blame, just to let go of the name. If love was ink, and time a page, then this was mine to send away.
Didn't slam the door, you just left. No words, no tears, no final breath. Just coffee cold and lights still on. A quiet sign that you were gone. I waited hours on that chair, half expecting you'd be there. But silence grew across the floor, like we forgot what love was for. It was half a goodbye, no anger, no cry, no reason why. Just empty shoes and a folded tie. It didn't break, it faded slow, like snow doesn't show. I checked my phone, but nothing came. Just ghosted calls and weathered names. I wish you yelled or slammed a wall, but you gave me nothing at all. It's strange what lingers when they leave. Not words, but moments we don't grieve. We didn't shout, we didn't try. We just let love slowly die. It was half a goodbye, a whisper in the air. You didn't stay, but didn't seem to care. It didn't end, it just grew thin, like music fading from within. Was half a goodbye, no anger, no cry, no reason why. Just empty shoes and a folded tie. It didn't break, it faded slow, like snow that melts but doesn't show. I checked my phone, but nothing came. Just ghosted calls and weathered names. I wish you yelled or slammed a wall, but you gave me nothing at all. It's strange what lingers when they leave. Not words, but moments we don't grieve. We didn't shout, we didn't try. We just let love slowly die. It was half a goodbye, a whisper in the air. You didn't stay, but didn't seem to care. It didn't end, it just grew thin, like music fading from within. just empty shoes and a folded tie. Did
Pulled into your driveway slow, radio low, headlights glow. You didn't speak and neither did I, but both of us knew this was goodbye. Your hand was near but didn't stay. 1,000 words we didn't say. The engine hummed like nervous breath while we sat still mourning the death. Driveway talks at 1 a.m. No big scene, just the end. We didn't fight, we didn't cry, we let the silence say goodbye. You said take care with a tired smile. I nodded once then drove a while. Back roads blurred beneath the wheels. I played a song I knew you'd feel, but you won't text and I won't call. We said it all by saying small. Not every end needs shattered glass. Some hearts just dim then let it pass. And though it hurts I won't pretend. Sometimes love just doesn't defend. Driveway talks at 1 a.m. where everything ends without when you left the car. I watched you go, the lights stayed on a final glow. And in that stillness I could see you once were home and now just free.
You said not tonight, you're tired and torn. I smiled and said, I'll wait till morn. Tomorrow held our second chance, or so I thought in circumstance. I checked my phone 100 times. Your silence echoed every line. The clock moved on, you didn't show. And suddenly I had to know. She said tomorrow, like it was promised, signed in gold. But tomorrow never came, just memories that got old. I held on to a word that slipped between the lines. She said tomorrow and vanished overnight. The plans we made, the songs we saved, now feel like scenes we misbehaved. I said too little, you said too late, and now we've closed the garden gate. Maybe you meant it at the time, or maybe love was just a rhyme. But I believe the way you said, I'll tell you all tomorrow instead. She said tomorrow, like a door that wouldn't close. Now I'm stuck in all the maybes with no one left who knows. I tomorrow, but tomorrow left no trace.
I wrote again last Saturday. Your name still lives where pages stay. I never sign, I never send. Just fold and place it in the end. They sit in boxes, neat and still, beside the bed, beside my will. Each line a thread, I won't let go of love you'll never get to know. Letters unsent, words I can't show, all the things I wished you'd know. I write to quiet down my head, to speak the things I left unsaid. It's not for you, not anymore. It's for the heart you left unsure. I talk about your favorite songs, the ones I skip, they still feel wrong. I wonder if you hum them too, or if they've lost their way for you. Letters unsent, words I can't show, all the things I wished you'd know. I write to quiet down my head, to speak the things I left unsaid. It's not for you, not anymore. It's for the heart you left unsure. One day I might burn them all, but tonight I write and let them fall. A quiet ink, a gentle pain, my therapy in pouring rain. Letters unsent, no stamp, no name, but every line still burns the same. I write to keep from breaking down, to keep your ghost from hanging round. You won't reply, you never will, but in these pages you live still.
You sat 2 rows behind in math. I drew your name in every graph. You laughed at jokes I barely knew. I swore the stars were cheering too. I walked you home like once or twice, pretending it was pure and nice. But in my head 1,000 scenes of movie kisses in my dreams. Stupid stars hurt all my late night plans, like holding hands and accidentally brushing strands. You never knew, but up above, the whole sky knew I was in love. I checked your posts like they were fate, and died inside when you'd update. Some other guy had made you smile. I cursed the stars for just a while. Maybe I was way off track, but I'd still go and stare right back up at the sky and silently say things I'd never say to you directly. Stupid stars, they still remind me now of foolish hearts, and blushing when you said, wow. You never knew what they could see, but every night you heard through me. Oh, watch the same shows every night. You like the left, I chose the right. Our playlists matched our dreams aligned, but timing never did comply. We worked 2 floors apart for years, shared coffee shop and strangers' cheers. I passed your street 1,000 times, but never crossed that fragile line.
Parallel hearts, running close but never meet. Different skies, but walking down the same old street. We laughed, we typed, we even cried, but never stood there side by side. Parallel hearts, so close yet never real.
You said you'd call, but lost your voice. I waited long without a choice. We made a world behind the screens, but distance tore apart the seams.
If fate was kind, if maps could bend, would we have made it to the end? I still replay what never was and wonder if we broke because parallel hearts, drawn by lines we couldn't break. A love that slept between the give and all the take.
We almost loved, we almost stayed, but somehow drifted far away.
Parallel hearts, forever out of phase. We used to talk till 2 a.m. Now text comes slow and cold again. You blame the work, the sleep, the day, but I can feel you drift away. Your voice gets lost in static air, like you're not fully even there. No good night calls, no morning light, just seen at 3 and silenced by night. No signal left, we faded out. You didn't leave, you phased me out. No final word, no angry sound, just echoes where your love was found. We didn't break, we just stopped being loud. You used to ask if I was okay. Now read receipts just slip away, and I still scroll through what we were, like trying to call a number blurred. I waited through the quiet storm, but nothing buzzed and you were gone. Sometimes love dies with no event, just airways filled with your absence. No signal left, no voice, no tone. I check again, but I'm alone. No notifications to explain, just missing bars and missing names. We didn't break, we just slipped out of frame.
One text at 1:42. I think we're done, I can't do this too. the screen reflect the sky. The sentence blinked, the silence grew. I never thought this would be you. Cold message, delivered clean. No crying scene. No, we were more what you mean. Just typed and sent like change of plans. Like I was part of some demand. Cold message, no second glance. You didn't block, you didn't stay. You left your words and walked away. I reread once, then two, then three, as if the tone might comfort me. My heart didn't shatter, it froze. You said it's soft, but I still chose to leave it unread. Yet no, you left with text I grieved alone. Cold message, still on my phone. I sleep beside what you disowned. You didn't yell, you didn't lie, but it still hurt when you said goodbye. Cold message, good night.
We built a world with glass and light, so fragile yet it felt so right. Reflections danced upon the wall, but even towers made of stars can fall. You held me like a masterpiece, framed in gold, a breath of peace. But cracks appeared we couldn't see until the light broke you from me. Glass and light, we shine too bright, burn too fast in perfect white. No thunder crash, no final fight, just silence in the shattered night. We didn't end, we just gave in to love too fragile to begin. I traced the lines where you once stood and raised the turn to splintered wood. The colors bled, the frame collapsed, and now I'm standing in the glass. We weren't meant to dim or fade, but brilliance has a price we paid. You can't hold fire in your hands and hope it always understands. Glass and light,
forget your shoes by the door. Still can't move them anymore. The coffee cup, your old cologne. It's strange, but I don't feel alone. I talk to you in empty air, still set up late like you were there. But days go on and so must I, though I still search the quiet sky. You left the earth, but I'm still here with half a heart and silent tears. But you gave me a better part, so I live with your steady heart. You flew ahead into the light and left me here to make it right. The sun still rises, songs still play. I find your smile in small kids' faces each day. I thought I broke when you were gone, but maybe love just carries on. I light a candle, close my eyes. You whisper through the lullabies, and though you're not in any frame, I carry both our names. You left the earth, but not my soul. You made me brave when life felt cold. I walk this road with